Sawyer Lewis, aka Sir Demetrius, initially gained recognition streaming competitive Destiny, winning 5 major tournaments, including Guardian Con 2017's Invitational. He has now committed his full attention to Fortnite, which he streams on a daily basis with competitive aspirations.
How to regain the high ground! It's over, Anakin!
And here he is, the man himself, Sir Demetrius, aka Sawyer. Thank you so much for joining me. So I want to kick things off with some recent events. Patch 3.1.0 went live and added the hunting rifle as well as Lucky Landing. Now, new weapons are always going to be a thing, but Lucky Landing is it's an additional point of interest, and that just seems to be the cadence for post-launch content is more points of interest on the same map. Is that something you like? Is that something you think they should kind of like ease off the gas with? What do you think?
I think that when you keep like a few point of interest, like if the map is a little empty and there's a lot of big areas where there's nothing, then filling those up with areas to go to is good. Because if you find a stretch where someone is just running for minutes on end, then you want to fill it in. But I think if they don't go the route of having another map, and they just keep on feeding the first map, like, oh, here's another town, here's a mining shaft or whatever it is, then you're gonna find that the map flow gets messed up. Like when they add tilted towers, before everyone kind of converged near Loot Lake, near different sides of the mountain, and then it completely swapped it when tilted came. So I always land retail, like most of the time, and there's certain areas when you play enough, you're gonna notice that people always go there. And then once they added tilted, it completely changed it. So adding a few is good, but you don't wanna just keep overdoing it.
So another big part of Season 3 is the Battle Pass. And it's unlocking this thing that I think is really interesting. Instead of just a skin, it is this almost like advent calendar of stuff that you can unlock the more you play. Do you like that as the progression out of game? Is it cool to have something to work towards like the final skin, or is the incentive just to buy it straight away? What do you think about the Battle Pass?
Initially, when the first Battle Pass came out, I saw the first skin, I saw all the streamers buying it, and I thought like, oh, this is gonna be really good motivation to play.
Right.
But the problem is that when other people buy it, it's not exclusive anymore. So like before, like for example, if you can't buy it, then the first person you see with that skin is like, oh, this guy either played 10 hours a day or he's really good, or maybe
right?
both. Yeah, so they earned it. So I just got a lot more satisfaction. Like I wish there was no way to buy them. Like it was strictly progression.
Well, I'm sure that Epic will be very disappointed to hear that there's a social incentive to spend even more money with the game. Well done to whatever psychologist they hired to make that work, I guess. Something that struck me when I first played Fortnite, because I was playing Save the World, I was expecting this kind of like Minecraft-esque zombie horde mode thing with the pedigree at Epic, and now Battle Royale is certainly the dominant experience in terms of people playing. Do you want to play Save the World? Do other streamers play Save the World, or is that mode just non-existent?
There are a few streamers that stream it. Like if you go to the Fortnite, I don't know if they have a different directory for the PvE mode, but if you go there, you almost never see someone playing the PvE. It's partly because you have to buy it, and that's dipping into the V-Bucks fund. So you can't do that.
The John Wick skin.
Yeah, so the BR is really what pulled everyone in. And I don't think that people are just gonna kind of randomly try to play the PvE, because the BR is so much fun right now.
So you're playing H1Z1. What attracted you to Fortnite? Did you try playing PUBG? Were you just not into it? Was Fortnite giving you something else that you liked? What was your thought process there?
Well, H1 was my first BR, and I played it for like 3 to 4 months. I really enjoyed it. I came to H1 a little bit later than most people did, kind of as it was dying down. And then PUBG came out, and then PUBG was a little bit too slow for me. I like the fast-paced games. So I played a ton of H1, and then slowly, because I cover Destiny on YouTube, Destiny 2 comes out, and right before it comes out, there was no games to play. But all the H1 players started transitioning and streaming Fortnite when it was basically just publicly released for people to play. The game initially, with the building, was kind of like the default default keybinds are F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5 for building. Sure. And when that's the case, your building is gonna be really slow. So not many people were building. I wasn't building a ton.
How big of a part of the experience is the combat building, the ability to throw up a 1x1 and be fluent with that system? Is that really important to getting good?
Yeah, I think no matter how good your aim is, like if you got a player who can't aim but he can build really well, or you got a player who can aim but cannot build at all, I think the builder is going to have a better chance.
Wow. So
it's mainly building for high ground, and then from there obviously you have to have decent aim. Like you have to be able to aim decently well, but the biggest thing is building.